2024 was an amazing year for music, and if 2025 is anything like it, we're in for something special. Here are some albums I'm most excited about in 2025, both albums that are confirmed to release and the ones I'm crossing my fingers for. If you're new around here, my name is Ollie and it's my goal to make music sound better to you. If that's something you're interested in, consider hitting the subscribe button. Now, I'm a huge fan of A$AP Rocky, but I think he might have been one of the biggest letdowns of 2024 as his highly anticipated album Don't Be Dumb faced delay after delay and was ultimately pushed back to 2025. The album was initially announced in late 2022, marking the long wait since his last project, Testing, which dropped in 2018. However, it wasn't until August 2024 that we started hearing the lead singles Hijack, Taylor Swift, and Ruby Rosary. Each track was met with praise from fans, showcasing Rocky's signature braggadocious delivery over trippy instrumentals paired with visually stunning music videos. The excitement for Don't Be Dumb was sky high, especially with a production lineup featuring heavyweights like The Alchemist, Tyler the Creator, Pharrell, and Madlib. Many believed it had potential to be one of the best albums of the year, but on August 30th, Rocky announced the delay, citing leaks and sample clearances as the main disruptions. He promised fans, "It's been 6 years and I want to make the best album ever. I'm sorry for the wait." The album was rescheduled for fall 2024, which we reluctantly accepted after such a long wait. However, frustration grew when vinyl pre-orders began to be cancelled in November and the album was officially pushed back to 2025. While I'm still hopeful the wait will be worth it, I think Rocky has set himself up for immense pressure, with some fans now expecting nothing less than the rap album of the decade. To make matters worse, Rocky's delays and chaotic rollout was starkly contrasted by the smooth and highly praised rollout of his close friend Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. Tyler's careful planning left many fans wondering why Rocky couldn't achieve the same level of precision and execution. As a result, Don't Be Dumb faces an uphill battle in 2025, with Rocky needing to prove the wait was truly justified. I'm incredibly excited for FKA Twigs' first full-length project since her 2023 mixtape Capri Songs, which was one of my favourite releases of that year. Capri Songs offered a refreshing side to Twigs, known more for her avant-pop brilliance of Magdalene. It showed her versatility and ability to explore lighter, more playful sounds while still staying true to her artistry. Her upcoming project You Sexier is said to draw inspiration from techno, with electronic producers like Doechii contributing to the album. Twigs has described the project as deep but not sad, which has me intrigued about the emotional and sonic journey she's creating. As one of the most unique and boundary-pushing artists of the last decade, I can't wait to see how You Sexier continues to evolve her sound. Many of us have been burned by poorly handled posthumous releases, and for good reason. Projects like Lil Peeps and the mistreatment of Juice WRLD's discography have left fans disappointed and frustrated. However, if there's one estate that has earned and maintained my trust, it's the Mac Miller estate. As we know, Mac Miller tragically passed away in 2018 from an accidental drug overdose while working on his swimming follow-up Circles. Thankfully, Mac had been well into the recording of Circles, and his close collaborator John Bryan took on the task of completing the album. The result was an incredible release in January 2020, one that became my favourite album of that year, even as someone who regrettably didn't pay much attention to Mac during his lifetime. In 2021, Mac's estate followed up with a proper release of his beloved mixtape Faces. While the project was completed before his passing, it received some final polish from producers, and again it was met with overwhelming praise for its quality and respect for Mac's artistry. Now fans are eagerly awaiting Balloonerism, set to release this January. With legendary producer Madlib involved, expectations are high and many of us are confident that the project will continue the streak of thoughtful and well executed posthumous releases from Mac Miller's estate. This is an interesting one. The Weeknd is set to conclude his latest trilogy of albums, including After Hours and Dawn FM, with what he's announced to be the final album under the Weeknd persona, Hurry Up Tomorrow. I've got to be honest though, I'm not as excited for this one as I'd like to be. Until recently, I've been a huge fan of The Weeknd. He was a groundbreaking innovator of R&B during the early 2010s, and I've loved how he reinvented himself as a pop pioneer in the last few years, especially with his contributions to bringing synth pop back into the mainstream. But lately, I think I've just been growing a bit tired of his sound. The singles from this album haven't really impressed me either. Dancing in the Flames and Timeless felt forgettable, while Sao Paulo showed some promise. It wasn't enough to really reignite my excitement for the project. That said, I'll still be checking it out, and I'm hopeful it will serve as a fitting and memorable conclusion to what has been an incredible career. Now on to some albums that have been announced but don't have a release date yet. Freddie Gibbs could be gearing up for an exciting year as he reunites with legendary hip-hop producers for new projects. After spending a couple of years riding solo, Gibbs is back in the studio with none other than Madlib and The Alchemist. With Madlib, Freddie has been teasing the highly anticipated follow-up to their critically acclaimed collaborations Pinata and Bandana. The new project, rumoured to be titled Montana, could finally see the light of day this year. Meanwhile, Gibbs is also rumoured to be working on the Alfredo 2 with The Alchemist, a sequel to their Grammy-nominated Alfredo, which remains to be one of my favourite projects of that year. If these rumours are true, 2025 could mark another high point in Freddie's already stellar career. JD left a lot of fans disappointed last year after promising dropping new music all year, but ultimately delivering nothing. However, 2025 could be the year he makes up for it, as rumours suggest a collaborative project with Metro Boomin is in the works. The idea of JD's sharp lyricism paired with Metro's masterful production is incredibly exciting. JD is such a talented artist that whatever he decides to create, you can be sure it'll be worth a listen. Here's hoping this collab lives up to the hype and give fans what they've been waiting for. Right, here are a few that might be pipe dreams, but I reckon we could hear them this year. Doechii had an incredible year, marked by the release of her mixtape Alligator Bites Never Heal and standout performances on The Late Show and Tiny Desk. Her talent and charisma shone through, earning her widespread acclaim and a growing fan base. With rumours swirling about her debut full-length album possibly dropping this year, anticipation is high. Whatever Doechii delivers next, she's definitely an artist to watch, and she certainly has my full attention. Now, this one might be a bit controversial, but I'm genuinely curious about what's next for Slowthai. After a challenging couple of years dealing with legal issues, he has been proven innocent, though it's clear his reputation has taken a significant hit. Despite this, his body of work so far has been nothing short of exceptional. If he decides to release new music, I'm eager to see what direction he takes creatively, perhaps even more intriguingly, how it will be received by fans and critics alike. I'm really hoping for another album from Tame and Impala, and I feel like enough time has passed to make it a possibility. Kevin Parker is such an innovator, and I'll be especially excited if he explored a new direction or he evolved his electronic sounds even further. Whatever he decides to do next, I'm confident it will push boundaries and be something truly special. Speaking of innovators, there's been a lot of buzz about the possibility of a new album from the Avalanches. Charli XCX has mentioned working on some new material with them, which has definitely piqued my interest. As a big fan of theirs recently, I'd love to hear what they come up with next. With Charli XCX's deep appreciation for dance and electronic music, we might even see the Avalanches return to their dance music roots, a direction I'd be thrilled to hear them explore. I think that just about wraps it up. Of course, there are some albums I'd love to hear but don't expect to see this year, like anything from Frank Ocean. So I've kept my list focused on the more realistic releases. Let me know in the comments which albums you're most excited for in 2025, and if you want to know my thoughts on the best album of last year, click or tap the screen to find out now.